If you have compostable items at home, bring them in, cut them up, and place them in the compost bin, which is next to the water catchment. Give it a couple of turns, and that'll help mix it all in. When preparing to water, the brown shed has a water key located in the upper right-hand corner, right there. And then this is required to turn on the water with that knob and turn it to the left so it comes on all the way. And note that when you do turn it off, place the water key back, and there's going to be some spray that comes out. That's natural as it decompresses. And there's your hose. Notice that there's a switch on the end where you can screw the nozzle in, then turn the switch on, and then be able to water plants with the nozzle. In combination with the watering with the nozzle, you can also use the sprinkler attachment and use this hose to connect to the other side of the nozzle for splitting, to where you can water with this hose and that one at the same time. Note that before attaching, there is a sprinkler already connected to that hose, so I'll connect that one, run that one out, and just make sure it gets wound back up on that bench. To see the extent of how much that sprinkler feeds, so I put it in the middle of that one bed and it's getting all three. I'm going to leave that running while I water the other areas and small places that require that a little bit further away. And that's going to be over where the blueberries and the comfrey are on this side. This is the comfrey and blueberry section, and each one, when watering, would be important to have. And I'm going to take this and turn the nozzle on, and turn on the nozzle and count to 10. So each plant gets 10 seconds. And then it waters all these plants there. Watering this section took approximately 20 minutes at 10 seconds per plant. The pollinator area is well established. It requires less water. So now that I'm going to move to the other spots, I'm going to take the sprinkler here that's been on while I watered the comfrey and the blueberry, and move it over here and water the other small sections right there with the smaller hose. While the pollinator garden is being watered over there, I'm watering each of these for approximately 10 seconds. The other spaces in the garden require different types of treatment. The bog garden is flooded because that's getting water from the air conditioning unit up above. So it's good that it is flooded now and it is getting what it needs, and those plants love that environment. Over on this side, the aquaponic system stays running, but you want to check the water level. So right now the water level is good, reaching near the edge right above. But if it's low, take the hose and raise it to the top level and do a rough check if there's anything that you would like to take with you, the lettuces or any of the tomatoes as they get ripe. Feel free to pick those as you go, but this continues running the whole entire time. And over here we have some collards that are still remaining in place. If you have any issues with, you see some bugs that have eaten some of them, you can go in and pick that off, and anything like this can go in the compost bin, and anything like this is ready to eat. You can take that with you, saute it in some olive oil, salt and pepper, and a good side item for a meal. Go ahead and water this section, just taking your time, running your way across to saturate that soil, give these collards a little bit more life. Towards the end of the summer, we'll pick those and start a new crop. So things will be growing when the kids come back. But watering these is okay right now. About 10 seconds per plant, roughly estimated by how many plants are in the bed itself. At this point, everything has been watered, but I'm going to go back to the peppers and tomatoes in these beds and give them another once over, as they're going to require the most water for their growing process. And here are the peppers, and there's a couple of watermelons, cantaloupe, Swiss chard, some lettuces in there as well. Wrapping everything up, it's time to turn things off, shutting the valve off. I'm gonna go ahead and get the water key and turn off the water. And so you can see what'll happen when the water goes off. That spray takes just a minute. It depressurizes. And you'll see it spew out once it's already all the way off. Depressurizes, and that's normal for that to happen. And then depressurize the lines, wrap them back up, replace the key, and that's the watering process. That's approximately 35 minutes total. Now everything is back in place and watering is complete.